Hello ho ho, and welcome back to Python with another tutorial. And what I wanna show you today is the call function, which is a magic method. And with that function you are able to use your classes or your objects as a function, which is pretty cool, pretty useful in some situations, because you can create an object, save certain variables in this object, and then you can call a function or call that object as a function. And yes, the function depends on that object. Let's just try something, and with that I can show you how call works. First, let's define a little class like let's call the class food. It has of course it has a constructor in it, and we have our calories. And yes, now we are using the call magic method. Now in this case we only need the self in the arguments, and also needs a person, or it needs an integer value, let's call it person, and it returns person plus our calories. Self point calories, of course, and let's add an init. Now let's create a food, like we first create calories, person calories, like equals 2000. Now let's create a food, let's create cookies. And yes, usually you have now an object, food, the cookies are now an object which you can add something, but we will use this cookies as a function. Like print cookies of person calories. Let's print it, and we get of course 1400, because we said if we are using the class as a function, or the object as a function, not the class, we will add the given integer with it needs an integer, and adding the calories which is saved inside the object, adding it to the input and returning it. If we can also use a default value that we don't even have to use an argument if we are calling our function as if we're calling our object as a function. This is for example the most simple way you can do it, or one of the simplest way you can do that. Now another simple example, we will move on to the more complex examples later, but a more simple example is a counter, which is pretty easy to set up. Of course we have our constructor as always. Now we don't even use an argument, we have just self point count equals 0. And now like always, our call function. We don't need arguments in this one. If we are calling our counter as a function, we'll just increase its count by 1, and if we are creating a counter like timer equals counter, and yeah, if we are calling our function a few times and then we are printing counterpoint count. I'm totally stupid because we should call timer, and another one timer, and we are calling timer point count. We are printing timer point count. Running it, and of course it is 3 because he starts at 0 and yeah, counting 3 times. Okay, now let's do the complicated stuff. Let's start with a carrier, which comes from the seasoning of curry, but yeah, has nothing to do with food, or maybe a little bit, because a carrier class is kind of, yeah, programming technique where you have a function and transform it into a series of functions. The function takes multiple arguments and you have a series of functions, and every function takes one argument. And yeah, let's just do it because everything I'm saying is maybe very confusing, but when you see me coding you will get it. So let's call the class carry class, and yeah, of course it has init, a constructor, and now as an argument, that's kind of new, we have a function, and this is pretty simple. It will just, yeah, assign the function to itself. Now we have, like always, a call function, and yeah, let's just use an a for it, but the arguments are also used now because our curry class is a decorator. So yeah, what decorator exactly means, because this is a topic not on its own, it is kind of recommended for this example. I will make another video out of it. For now, let's just have our inner function, which takes arguments and returns its function with a and the arguments. And then return without the brackets our carried. And now we need a decorator, which is carry class. In the new line we are writing our function, which is, let's say, multiply random times. Let's make it a little bit more creative. Let's add a little bit of more. I was first thinking about using just multiply, but yeah, that's too boring. So let's return a multiplied with b multiplies with random point randint of 0 and 10. Now it's pretty simple. We can create our multiply random times 2 equals multiply random times. And that's the interesting part, we only use one argument, so the argument, it usually takes two arguments, but we can print our object now with another input and it will print. It will do its thing, as you can see. Kind of cool. So you have kind of a function that allows you to apply arguments and create new function with predefined parameters and making it kind of useful in functional programming. And that's what I wanted to tell about the call function. I hope you kind of enjoyed the video. I hope you won't get confused. The second example I can show quickly because it's worth a video on its own. Okay, just if you want a video of that, please leave a comment. I will make one. It's a timer. And using the with statement, the timer will be called, and for example, you can measure time that passed during a code block using some magical methods like enter and exit for it. But I think it's a little bit too complex to dive into it in this video, so maybe I will make another video regarding that topic. I hope you liked the video. See you hopefully in the next video. Have a great evening, dinner time, night time, whatever time it is. Here it is, by the way, night time. Gotten really late, and see you and bye bye.